Had a war with that guy. He kicked my ass for the first two rounds, and until I could figure him out, found out he didn't check kicks, so I started leg kicking him, and I found out that his chin wasn't the best because when I cracked him a couple times, it wobbled him. So in the third round, I won the third round. Too late. I lost 2 rounds.
Yeah.
So I ended up losing the decision. But title fights here around here are 5 rounds. So
yeah.
in I keep thinking, well, I think that I would have won that fight if we would have had 2 more rounds because I was taking the fight over in the third round.
Yeah, you figured it out.
I figured it out, and then I was starting to catch him and hurt him, and then I was like, no more rounds left. In Washington, we'd have 2 more rounds. I could still pull this fight off. But it was still a really cool experience. Pete Sell's a good dude and an amazing fighter, and it was, again, another UFC fighter I got to take on short notice. So I took those as opportunities, and I was honored to fight those guys. So I just had fun with it.
Yeah.
I just went for it, man. There's nothing to lose. You might get your ass kicked, but that's what I'm doing anyway. I get paid to do that.
Yeah. Why not?
I enjoyed it, so why not go fight the top guys, right?
Absolutely. How did that? So, as your professional, is that when you started up the AKA?
I was a pro when I started up AKA. So basically, I hated my job before getting into fitness or martial arts training. That die.
That's good.
I was in grocery business. It was hell. 10
Where'd you
years.
work?
Larry's Market, and
Yeah.
for QFC, and for Hagen for a little bit. And I got into management. It traps you. It just sucks the life out of you. That
Absolutely.
Kind of job.
I worked for QFC for years, and I've been in the retail end of the spirits end ever since.
It just sucks the life out of you, man. I hated every moment. I was mad when I left work because I knew I had to come back the next day. That's how much I hated it,
Yeah?
As soon as I got into management, I was like, oh, that was a huge mistake.
Yeah.
Because everything became political. You got paid more, but you also ended up on salary, and you ended up doing more hours.
Your hours are...
You worked every freaking holiday. You worked double shifts, split shifts.
People calling sick, you're just coming back.
Oh, yeah,
right
they
away.
split shift me. I lived in freaking Arlington, but I drove to Kirkland, and they split shift me with a 3-hour split. I'm like, what the hell am I going to do with this?
Yeah.
I'm not driving back to Arlington, so I just go sleep in my car for 2 hours and then do a double.
Yeah.
I hated that job. So I got to a point where Charlie knew I was teaching for him and fighting for him and helping him out at the gym, and he knew how much I hated my job, and at that point we became pretty good friends. When he'd go on vacation, I'd take the gym over and keep it open and so on. And him and I just became really good friends over the years, and the opportunity came up because I have an opportunity for you if you want it. I have a buddy in Arlington who has a Taekwondo studio that wants someone to teach MMA and kickboxing out of their gym and just wants 10%. I'm like, boom, let's do it. So I started teaching. I drive to Arlington, and I was teaching out of that Taekwondo studio that I started in years ago.
Yeah.
But it was different owners at this point. And I was teaching Monday, Wednesday, Friday, an hour kickboxing and an hour, what we called back then pancration. It stands for all powers. It's no-gi, meaning we don't have the karate uniform on.
Gotcha, yeah.
More cage fighting style.
Yeah.
It's Greek is what it's called, pancration. Started teaching a pancration class, and then I just started building it up from there. I grew to about 30 students, and then they told me that they were closing down the studio in a few months, and if I'd want to take it over. I said, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And so I built it up to close to 50 students at that point, and then I just took it over. And I was still just teaching in the evening until I got up to about 60 students, and I quit work.
Yeah.
And just worked on the business. Prior to all that, I did a couple years of personal training.
Yeah.
To bring into this business. I had to take some sacrifices. I had to go on a whim and quit that job that was making $40,000 a year.
No risk, no reward, right?
Exactly, to making to take the job to be a personal trainer. I dropped all the way down to like $12 an hour.
Yeah.
I was like, Jesus.
No benefits.
Nothing, just sucked ass. But I knew that if I didn't make those sacrifices at that time, that I was, you're not going nowhere if you don't take a risk. So I went for it, and luckily I had met my current wife at that point. She was kind of keeping me there mentally, helping me with things, and kind of helping me mentally stay in the game, pushing me forward through it, giving me a little self-esteem to get through it. And, of course, Charlie guided me through. It just ended up working out. They went out of business. I took over. They booted me out of that location, which was a blessing in disguise. I went to the 167th. And from there, I grew from 50 students to 100 and something students.
Yeah.
And then they started wanting to do that construction there, and that's when I boonied over to the warehouse.
Gotcha.
And I've been there since. And right now is busier season is starting to pop at the gym.
Yeah.
And I get busy. Yeah.
You get. Do you get the influx of resolutionists the way other?
Yes and no. I mean, we do.
Yeah.
Not like people think we do. We're not a Gold's Gym, and my memberships aren't $25 a month. So
yeah.
We're not going to get 50 new students.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, it'd be great if I did, but we should get quite a few more students coming up.
Mm-hmm.
January is not the hot time. Everyone thinks, oh, you get rich in January. I'm like, no, it's actually February, March, April.
Yeah.
Are my better months because it takes people a month to recover from Christmas and to get motivated. So
yeah,
February, March, April, May will be decent months, and then it'll slow back down for the summer.
Is there a competition season, or does it kind of just go all year?
All year, man. All year. I have my event coming up on the 3rd. I'm taking guys to let's see, we got my little show at the gym on the 3rd, and then the weekend after that, I am taking Jake and Carly over to another show in Linwood to compete, and then a couple weeks later Tyler's competing. I have a pro competing at Snoqualmie Casino in April. We're always doing something.
Yeah.
And in between there, more things will pop up.
Yeah.
We have another grappling tournament on at the end of the month that we're going to go to. So the kids want to go compete in a bigger tournament, so we're going to go do it. It's in Everett. It's at the Everett Soccer Dome or something.
Nice.
So we're constantly competing, constantly going places. I have taken people over to Japan to compete in pro level. I've competed in Korea, Hawaii, Florida, you name it. Stateside. I've pretty much competed there. Idaho, California, Atlantic City. It's been great. It's been fun.
How was it competing in Korea?
Weird, because I'm half Korean.
Yeah.
And I can't speak Korean.
So everyone expects you to?
Right, and then I'm half white, and my mom always told me if I was in Korea I'd be a gangster, because I look like the Yakuza.
Yeah.
Because of all the tattoos and the mohawk and the whole deal. Maybe a little bit of my personality too.
Yeah.
But I got mixed feelings about Korea, being a half-breed, not being able to speak with my style. They didn't really treat me that awesome.
Yeah.
They treated my American friend better than me because he was just a white guy.
Yeah.
Right? And I was a mixed guy. And the old school Koreans don't like mixed.
Yeah.
At all. So they were mumbling some cuss words at me as I'm walking down the road. And I'm like, whatever, dude. I do know what you're saying. I do know some Korean.
Yeah. I know
my
that
mom used to call me that. Bastard, I know what you're saying. Cursing me out right now. But, and then I had a little bit of trouble communicating to get food and stuff. It was a trip, man. It was really busy. They drive like shit. They just weren't that friendly to me. But I do believe if you're white, they treat you really well there. They're like the American boys over there in Asia. But I'm glad I went. It was a great experience. I was brought into Korea to be like the Chris Lieben of that organization. I fought for an organization that was called Spirit MC, which was at one point they were partial partners with the Pride organization in Japan. But when Pride went under, there was some politics or whatever. The Koreans went and did their thing. Bushido happened in Japan and some other stuff. And so I fought for them in Korea. Because basically their champion got beat by a guy I beat. So I just kind of played those cards.
Yeah.
And then I let him know I was half Korean. And then I got that fight. And so my debut, I signed a 3-fight deal, 2-year contract, solely to fight in Korea for that organization. And my debut fight there, I got their best grappler in their country, and that's like, son of a bitch. So I ended up getting caught in the triangle at the end of the round. I was coming off an injury, but I wasn't going to pull out of a fight because of my injury.
Yeah. Or
miss the opportunity to go fight in Korea, so I just manned up and went for it. Again, grabbed my buddy, jumped on a plane, headed over there, and did what I could. It was a fun experience, though. I'm glad I did it. Don't regret it. It was interesting, for sure.
That's, yeah.
Yeah.
So did you live there for 2 years then? Or did you just have a...
In Korea?
Yeah.
Oh, hell no. I was there for a week. No.
And then flew out. Okay.
Yeah, no, I was like, I'm out of here. Send me home. But what was cool, though, in Korea, they treat the fighters really well. They picked me up at the airport expecting a short little Asian dude. I got a 7-foot Korean pick me up. And first thing he wanted to do is, he says, oh, you're skinny. I go, yeah, I'm cutting weight. He's like, are you hungry? I'm like, I've been hungry for a week.
Yeah.
He's like, do you want to go eat? I'm like, no, I'm cutting weight. They just want to feed you.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, man. But he's like, oh, okay, sorry. So they took us to our hotel, and I was like, I can't eat until after we weigh in, bro. You can't take me to no damn restaurant. And but they were cool. They gave me per diem money, like $500 cash. They gave my corner like $500 cash. They put us up in a 5-star hotel in Seoul. It was a pretty nice deal.
Pretty fun little experience.
Yeah, it was a pretty cool experience. They failed to give me an interpreter, and that made it a little rough to go buy food.
Yeah.
But it was interesting. It was the organization was a huge organization over there. It was nationally nationally televised. That would make sense. Nationally televised there.
Yeah.
Not televised all over the world. But so when I went back to my hotel, I walk in my hotel room, I open up the door, and I'm watching myself fight, and I'm like, damn it, I get to watch myself get choked out. So I go in, I'm like, oh yeah, perfect timing. Open my door, I'm being choked out on TV, bitching. So I got pissed and said, hey, let's go to the bar.
Yeah, let's go watch it at the bar.
Let's go watch it at the bar. So we went to the bar for the night, and then we were shipped out the next day. But they treated us really well. They picked us up, took us to eat before we went to the airport, and it was a fun experience. I'm glad they did it.
You were talking just a second ago about pancreation is no gi. Do you do gi stuff at the gym as well?
Oh yeah, we do gi on Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. We do no gi on Tuesday, Friday. We do gi on Saturday. And we have a couple earlier gi classes at noon on Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Do they? Is there one? Is one style more popular than the other, or people?
Gi's definitely seems to be more popular these days.
Yeah.
Because it's a little bit of a slower grappling. It's not as you have handles, so you have the gi to grab onto. There's more grips versus with no gi, you don't have any grips. You can't grab.
Yeah.
They're tank top.
It's slivery.
Or when we compete, we're in shorts and no shirt, so you have to. It's more like wrestling.
Yeah.
With submissions. So it's a faster paced grappling.
Yeah.
You're relying more on pressure and less on grabbing things. With a gi, you can rely more on grabbing and pressure.
Yeah.
So there's more tools.
Gotcha.
So I think for the older grapplers, guys that are getting, for me, I'm 41 now, and I'm retired, and my body's a bit beat up. So grappling gi is less havoc on my body than doing no gi.
Yeah.
And I think guys that are doing it just to stay in shape and learn some self-defense like the gi better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Striking is definitely the most popular.
Yep.
And those are my biggest classes is the kickboxing, because girls don't like to roll around with stinky, sweaty dudes. So I did create a all-ladies BJJ class on Thursdays. No boys allowed. It's just girls, so they're comfortable.
Yeah.
Grappling with each other.
Is that growing pretty fast?
Hasn't grown as fast as I want it to, because I think it's something that women need to learn is jiu-jitsu. Women think that striking is self-defense. It's not self-defense. I don't know how many times I get someone coming down to my gym and go, I want self-defense. I'm like, okay, so you want to grapple? No, I'm not grappling. I'm like, so you want to learn to punch people? Well, yeah, I want to learn self-defense. I go, that's not self-defense.
Self-defense.
Self defense is protecting